a surrealist text-based RPG. You will explore an island, solve puzzles and fight enemies, all in your attempt to get the Dark Egg. Ciao a tutti Marcello and welcome to a new first look video. Today we take a look at the Dark Egg by Indie Transcend Pixels. This is a game available on Steam, and the nice thing is that it's free. It's a free-to-play game with lots of very positive reviews. We are going to try it, something different from everything we usually see in video games. I think I'm going for an hour gameplay. Let's go. Let's start a new game. When I was young, I heard a story. About an island surrounded by a silver lake. The island was empty, save for an old city. Its people were lost and hungry, and when they cried for help, there was no answer. But then, from the heavens, came the many eyes of grace, gave an answer. Salvation arrived on winged creatures, speaking in tongues that aged men. They thought many secret things and what mine was. Their gifts took away mankind's faults and replaced them with eyes of grace. The island was blessed, everyone was made right. The city was made better, its sun was consumed. The city was made into memory, leaving words in eternity. Screams faded and no one came back from the island. Most leave the island alone except for those seeking its greatest treasure. An egg from the heavens, unspoiled and perfect, resting in the womb of the old city. Thing that will grant any wish you desire. A thing that I must get. Here we are. You've woken to the rocking of a ship. You can't remember how many days it has been. They said it would only take half a day to get to the island, even the ferryman said so. But the ferryman has not moved from his spot since you got on the spot. He simply stares forward into a white mist with no island in sight. The sound of waves around you and nothing else. We can talk to the ferryman and the island. Let's see, up on the left. Day 1, weather windy. We got the health, decrease when you're hurt. If you reach 0, you die. Energy, decreases over time as you walk around and perform actions. Then we got the sanity, decrease when you are terrified, but slowly recovers over time. Low sanity causes side effects. Then we got the trauma, increases when sanity reaches 0. Worsen the effect of low sanity, trauma is never recovers. Do not reach 100. I will try. Here we got the open, the saves menu, the settings. Recenter them up to your position, zooms them up in or out. We are here in the ferry boat, Silver Lake. Let's talk to the ferryman. You speak up to catch the ferryman's attention, but he makes no attempt at speaking back at you. He only continues to stare into the white mist ahead. Is the boat even moving? You peer over the boat and see rushing water. It is a relief to know the boat is going somewhere. You, like the ferryman, simply stare out in the mist-covered waters. There is no island in sight. You open your bag just beneath your feet. It is drenched by the mist and splash of waves around you. The contents are nothing special. Gear you were told would help you on the island. Many assured you there would be a town near the sea. Show when you arrive. We are not so sure anymore. Take inventory of your supplies, look back to the ferryman inventory. A good explorer always knows what he carries. Items. We got a small knife, a compass you brought to help navigate alongside your map, recover potions, climbing rope. Then we got some gold, increased damage dealt. These are stats. Attack, defense. You remember bringing a map of the island, you can't seem to find it in your bag. Maybe it fell out? Search for your map. A ruined map of the island and a broken compass. You find your map on the floor of the ferry and pick it up. While you're not sailor yourself, it isn't completely foreign to you. The map is wet to the touch. Still hopeful, you open it but find its content unreadable anymore. The ink runs. It appears you'll need to draw a new one as you go. You place the map in your bag near your compass and notice the dial spinning erratically. Pulling it out, you try to hold it steady. Dial only grows more wild. Upon hearing a rustle from the front of a boat, you look up from your bag. The ferryman has turned from the misty waters. He stares at you with dulled eyes. Ocean mist drips from his pale kin. You feel his gaze on you. Talk. You give a quick hello to the ferryman. His face remains expressionless. Black eyes stare directly at you past the normal waters. What? The ferryman lets out what looks to be a weak smile. His eyes never leave you. You sure did chew off a lot, didn't you? Don't even know about the silver water? The ferryman laughs, turning to face the misty water once again. Will be to shore soon, be dropping you off. I won't go to shore myself, you know? Never go to the shore. Okay, of course the ferryman turns from you and stares back over the ocean's waves. To your relief, you begin to see a land emerge from the white mist. Try to get a closer look. We've made it. You certainly did, the ferryman replies. The shoreline gets closer and soon you see dim yellow lights cut through the white mists around you. You stand to a closer look. The ferryman remains sitting motionless. The shoreline is decorated in yellow lights. As the boat gets closer, a silhouette of a dark wet town appears before you. The light seems to dance in mist and rain. It is the hour. Let's be quiet when you get to the shore, the ferryman whispers. Should I be worried? I'll do as I please. Say nothing and prepare to dock. You decide to say nothing to the ferryman reply and retreat to your seat. As you sit in silence, you realize just how cold and wet you are. The ferryman raises his hand, and he does so the boat slows. The boat twists and turns as if four men are piloting it. You remember that there was a crew on this boat when you first set off. There was a crew, wasn't there? The boat comes to a halt, and beside the boat you see a worn dockway. Best of luck to whatever it is you're searching for, stranger. You look to the ferryman and are surprised to find he is not the head of the boat any longer. That is strange, he was there a moment ago. You look around but do not find him anywhere. It is only you and there is only the dock. A small layer of snow covers it. Step off the boat. You step off the boat and your feet press into the snow. Light rain begins to pepper your face as you walk into the town. Rain and snow pelt against your body, the harsh wind claws at your face. You realize now that you are far unprepared for what is to come. The town is quiet and the street lamps glow a dim yellow in the winds around you. Not a soul inside, but as you walk forward you hear the laughter of a man to your right. Near him is a small shop. Your footsteps splash into the road. Talk to the strange man. You approach the man apprehensive. His laughs continue to echo through the roads, as if amplified by something. No one else is around and you notice the man has no smile on his face. You greet him and ask him if he knows where anyone else is. The laugher stops. He turns his face towards you, but does not meet your eyes. His gaze lies beyond you, a pale face without life. His eyes reflect nothing. There is no one else, there is just you. The man turns from you and walks away. He shortly begins to laugh again, growing quieter as he vanished from your view. Your footsteps splash into the road. You walk up onto the small shop and open the door, getting out of the rain quickly. The inside is a good deal warmer than out there. Lining the walls rest all kinds of goods from small vials to books and art. Centered at the back is a large wooden countertop. Behind the counter sits a pale, bearded man, and behind him a wall. From his seat he towers over you, just slightly. His eyes are nearly closed and he appears amused at your presence. Funny, haven't had visitors in a long time, chuckles, but then again perhaps you aren't a visitor at all. What are you here for? Question, equipment. You ask the man if he has any equipment to help you on your journey. He motions towards the back of the shop. As you walk, find racks of various clothing, some with fewer, others with various embellishments. You realize most of it common wear and unfortunately not very helpful for what you plan to do. You think you can't use any of it. The man asks after a moment. He looks you and up and down. You do have a fine piece of leather on you, but armor isn't everything out there. He points to a thick coat near you. The coat can be just as deadly as the creatures, if not more so. I've seen many experts of the sword freeze before they made even a single swing. You look through the various clothing the shop has to offer. The winter coat for 40 gold. I have it 40 gold? Open the menu. I have only 30. You don't have enough gold. Never mind. I don't need potion, let's go back. Your footsteps splash into the road. Recenter the map on your position. Zooms the map in and out. Like that. It's everything showed down here. I like it. Shop. Street. Let's go down the street. As you follow a trail of wind and rain through the town, you walk empty streets lined with yellow lights and past buildings with no peoples. The weather worsens as the roads open up a bit to houses on one side and a chapel on the other. You see what looks to be people. But as you get closer, you notice they make no sound. All of them care not for the rain, letting it fall on their pale skin. Their black eyes stare at nothing. They walk from street to street, building to building, without pause and without emotion. No one turns to you as you walk by. You stand in the center of the road, black faces passing you by. The chapel appears empty. Now we are here. Streets, we can walk back. Passerby, talk to passerby. Ally, explore the back allies, the chapel, the house, overlook. Let's go to the chapel. It's quiet. The floor, walls and ceiling are tiled with closed black stone. Between the stones rests worn white crowd. Pictures of people and diable line the walls and lanterns rest in all four corners of the large room. In its center lies an altar. On it is a dark egg. You feel the egg calling to you. You walk up to the egg, passing rows of empty pews along your way. At the altar you notice 4 pedestals surrounding the egg, each with a lit beacon. A faint glow surrounded the egg. Touch the egg. You reach out to the egg, but a jolt snaps your hand back, stopping you in your tracks. Oh, we lose 2 elf. The surrounding pedestals glow and you notice a faint barrier between you and the egg. The 4 pedestals are lit and the barrier protects the egg. Check the left pedestal, the right pedestal. Go around to the back of the altar. You step around to the back of the altar, the 4 pedestals are lit. Okay, front. You examine the right panel, notice a switch between its beacon. You try to press it but find it locked. And I think the left, you try to press it. The left, you examine the left pedestal, notice a switch. You try to press it and hear a click. The beacon switches off with a low hum, the barrier dimming with it. Sparks fly from the other 3 beacons towards the edge of the chapel. One goes to the pictures, another to a large stained glass window, and the third to the back of a chapel. After a moment the pedestal rests once more. 3 pedestals around the egg are lit. The barrier protects the egg. Chapel back to the back. To the back of the chapel. Check the pictures lining the wall. Inside of a chapel are various pictures spaced out across the entire wall. You approach the first and scan past each one, nothing there contents. You'll need to look more closely to find anything. Look at the picture of the dark hair standing in its glory in the center of a frame. At each corner is an angel, arm outstretched and holding a cloth they aim to drape over the egg. Behind the egg is the distance you see. The same scene again? The brightness of the egg contrasts its name. Its brilliance seems to glow off the ink. You feel like you can understand the praises the angels sing of it. In truth, you've never been more certain of its power and of your goal. Look at the picture of the great city, look at the picture of the arbor. Let's go back. Check the large window. You follow one of a spot over the glass. It depicts two white wings surrounding a mess of a color without any real form. Despite the cloudy weather, light still shines through dressing and floor. You can hear the rain pattering against the glass. Nothing in the window moves, and yet every time you look back, you swear the colors are different. Check the floor where the lights shine. Patterns on the floor seem suspicious. When you get too close, you notice a grid marked with lines and dots. The light hitting the dot crawls through the lines connected. It seems you can move the lines around. Nothing in the window moves, and yet every time you look back, you swear the colors are different. You stand in the center of the road, blank faces passing you by. The chapel appears empty. Lower abbey. Passerby talk to passerby. Let's see the passerby. You call out one over walking past, but they ignore you. You try again, once fail again. Let's give up. I don't want to bother anyone. Chapel, houses. Continue past the town. Let's continue. You continue up the path, climbing a small hill. The bitter wind gets worse with every step. As the hill plateaus, you reach the edge of a large cliffside overlooking a massive chasm. Up ahead is the ruined city. Coal gates rest in front of the city, walls surrounding it as far as the eye can see. You can see a bubble of fog over the city, seems a cling to it. A trail leads down toward the city gate, growing more snow-filled as it goes. Opposite to it lies a flat trail towards what appears to be a small log cabin. Lanterns light the way. Nearby, a knight in black armor stands, overlooking the ruin below. Talk to the knight. You approach the knight. He is covered head to toe in sleek black armor, leaving nothing exposed. His sword sticks into the ground in front of him, and his hands rest on its hilt. He doesn't turn, but when you come close, he speaks before you can. So, you've come. I'm not sure why I'm surprised. He speaks strangely, as if familiar of you. Do I know you? The knight turns to you, water glistening along his helmet. You see only black through the few cracks. He studies you for a brief moment before responding, no, I don't think you do. The knight turns back to the city. Where are you looking? The knight stands silent. You wonder if maybe he didn't hear you, but then he responds that mist. Above the city, it clings to the ruins like it's alive, he says. It's something I noticed a long time ago, and it's unnatural. You can even see the edges of it wicks away as soon as it gets too far from the walls. You follow his gaze to the ruins' edges and see he's right. The mist stops just past the borders, clinging to the city alone. The knight clutches the hilt of his sword tighter. When you plan to go in there, you should be prepared. This place, your egg, it isn't what it seems. It isn't so told you, but you already know that. You can't see his face, but you can feel his gaze. You say goodbye to the knight and turn to leave. The cold gates and the city, they all rest ahead, surrounded by mist. The black knight stands overlooking the ruins. Nearby, the path to the log cabin is diamondly light. Walk back to talk to the knight. Walk down the path toward the gates. Walk toward the cabin. Let's see that cabin first. You walk toward the cabin. Its trail calm and flat. You pass all lumps, rocks, maybe as you go. The closer you get, the larger you realize the cabin is. As soon as you see a sign, faded and cheap, that simple says "in." The lamp grows numerous. Upon closer inspection, you realize they are frozen bodies wet with rain. They stretch their arms towards the inn. Standing outside the inn, bodies lay straw everywhere. It's quiet. The light are on inside. Return to the overlook. Awareness. Inspect the frozen body. You edge closer to one of the frozen people. They look to be locked in time from the cold. You look around to man, woman, even children strew along the path. As you look from person to person, you find them all reaching directly toward the door of the inn. Some with one hand outstretched, other with both. Some use their weapons, their bags, even their face if they had nothing else. Chill runs down your spine and you soon stop looking. You manage to find some spare gold lying around in the meantime. But this last time it's quite lights are on inside. I spent some energies and I think I managed to find some gold. Enter the inn. You walk inside the inn, the woman kissing your face, a counter flanked by two stairs lying in front of you with a fire crackling gently. The room is constantly otherwise tight, wooden walls safe from the fireplace. Room is not even an attraction. The man behind the counter looks at you. He beckons you to come closer. He fully takes a few steps. Another traveler I see. He says, "Come to rest. Your wearied body isn't cold out there, no?" I've seen many travelers come and go through behind the inn of mine. Some young and filled with spirit, others old enough to know better. Am I well awake? Here again. After all, no matter, the nightmares isn't just a nightmare after all, isn't it? The man looked down at something on his desk, but you cannot see it. He begins to write. Now tell me, traveler, why have you come here? If you wish to sleep, just enter up the stairs, either one. If you'd rather a short rest, the fireplace has room for more. There are few windows where rain and snow patter outside. It feels safe. I can sleep. Ask the inn for a room. A journey. Tell the man about your journey. Rest by the fire. Tell the man about your journey. You just have to tell the man the reason your journey. You tell him that you wish to get the dark egg. His eyes light up as you speak. Well, who am I to stop someone from trying to reach their desire? One doesn't go looking for the egg without sense and purpose. To try and hold the dark egg is to risk everything, and the road will not be kind to you. And one. The man reaches into a drawer below the desk, and you hear rustling of paper and clattering of metal. He pulls a small key up onto the countertop. This here, he taps the key, is the key to the gates. I'd be happy to give it to you, but first I must ask you to do something for me. What I want, young one, is a stone from the chapel. You remember the chapel, right? You must be past it on the way here. Hard to miss. Quite charming on the inside too. Inside that chapel he continues is a stone, a magic stone of sorts, or at least that's what the rumors have said. No one has found any such thing for as long as that chapel has stood. He grabs the key and places it back in his drawer, but you seem different, young one. I want you to search for it. It's not a deal breaker if you can find it. It's just a room after all. In truth, it's wishful to still believe something like that could exist after all. You should know what it's like to chase a wish. You nod. Firelight dances across the room. There are a few windows where rain. Fire, you begin to ask about the cost. We don't need coin if you just wish to rest, it costs us nothing. But he adds as you begin walking the stairs, if you wish to change yourself, that will always cost you, as much as it costs anyone else. Decide to ignore the cryptic comment. Approach a lantern. You feel the orb pulling you. The orb is rather curious shadow of grey purple standing the side of a bed. It appears dull, but as you near it colors very vibrant warm, you reach your hand out and feel a warmth emanating from its surface. You touch the orb and feel your eyelids grow heavy. You close them and see yourself in a way you've never seen before. Wow, we got skill points. Skill points 0 of 6. We got strength. And we got passive energy, things we can learn, intelligence, willpower, awareness, and agility. That is nice. A lantern, you find yourself in your room at the inn. Respect, skill, or sleep? Let's see if we recover some health and energy. Nice. Let's go back. Let's go back. Now, for example, I can go back to the return to the overlook bodies in I cannot go directly. I think I always need to go back. Walk to the abbey, to the chapel. The arbor, you see angles. Around the town are small blots of colors. Layout. You can even make out a small shop you pass along your way. Someone is walking into. Wait. As you scan past the shop, something catches your eye. You peer closer and see an old grey blotch. It's the man. The man you talk to, the laughing man. You make eye contact. You recall, but then he's gone. Damn. That's one point of sanity. You need to look more closely. The greater city, the architectures. It looks like it's breathing. Out of the corner of your eyes, you notice a small switch right by the painting. Was that always there? You reach out to flick the switch and hear an echoing click behind you. You turn and see one of the four beacons has dimmed away. The barrier wakens. Two pedestals are around the galley. The barrier is even harder to see now. The gallery, the chapel back. Let's go. At the back of a channel. Space is mostly empty. Through there are various objects furniture strewn away. You notice various books at one corner and a closet nearby in the other. Piano. Check the closet. And find it deeper than you first thought. Far, far deeper. Where you're certain the chapel wasn't this long from the outside. Was it? It's dark. You feel around for a light switch and find one. Pressing it immediately, candles begin lighting a narrow hallway. On both sides of the hallway stands mannequins. Their faces are blank, save for two black holes. They all turn to you. They stare. Leave, forward, walk down the alley. Forward. You creep past the mannequins slowly and without a sound. They do not move, and yet when you turn around, the ones behind you have turned their heads. Eyes bore into you. You ignore the mannequins and press on. The always is endless. The mannequins are endless and everything looks the same. You are tired. Not thankfully, as you keep moving through the rows of heads, you stumble upon what seems to be the very same door you came in from. Something attached to the door. Sheet music? You suppose it's time to get out of here. The only question is how to leave. This door? Tentatively you go open in front of it. Nothing looks out of place. This is the same door. But when you pull the door, you find it locked. You'll have to go back down the hallway. Find a mannequin staring. You scurry through the hallway, going as quick as possible. The floor is a mess. Then we got the piano. You find the piano's music desk to be rather small, just large enough for a single page. Placing the sheet music you find inside the closet is unfold and fits beautifully, and if it were there the whole time, always there, always meant to be there. The piano, let's play the piano. Wait, I think I have map and compass. Do I have that? Open the setting, open the skill menu. Grants the awareness. Recover potion, map and compass. I would like to save, but as soon as you press the final key, a click is heard behind you, and the piano goes silent. You turn around and find one of the four pedestals has turned off. Up around the egg is lead is trying its best. Check the large window, chapel back. Books. You got to pick up the book, opening them as you do. You quickly find there are only language you don't understand. You place them on a nearby shelf. The floor is a mess. The piano. The lighting in the door closed, the lines connected. It seems you can move the lines around. A second grid is read on first, blocks get in way. What is that now? Okay. Cannot move this. But I can move this. This one is damn difficult. Like that. Okay, a third grid sits right over first with some spotting mist. Understanding the mechanics, it's easy. With a click, the third button lights up. Soon after, the light from beyond the glass vent and the button dulls down to just crashes in the floor again. The rain continues to patter outside. When you turn around, you see one less lit pedestal around the egg. All four pedestals are unlit, the barrier is gone, and so is the egg. Walter. You wonder if your eyes are playing a trick on you. Stepping up to the other where the barriers used to be, you can see as clear as day, the egg is gone. You feel the altar looking for it, perhaps it's been hidden. Try as you might, you find nothing about the egg. You are surprised, however, to find metal beneath your hand. We found a chapel key. You are not sure where the egg went, but this key could come in handy. What could it be for? We got a chapel key. Chapel back. Piano, the gallery, arbor grader, CD. Okay, let's leave for now. Alley. Explore the back alley. In the back, it's more quiet, frozen and dead. They face at sadness and hope. You notice that the woman has a coat you could wear. It wouldn't do her any good. Take the woman's coat. You'd wear it. Give the pair a small offering. You approach the offering box in front of him. It's a small warm-lit thing, but it's wood casing and sturdy. Religious symbol, creatures of some kind are on the outside. You grab one few coins you have and toss them into the box. You hear a rattle inside, then silence. You look towards the woman and girl, back to the box, and pick it up. You place it in the mother's palm and close her hand. For a brief moment you wonder if her palm is warm. You stand up to walk out. Your foot pushes against something soft. Down and notice an abandoned coat. It looks unworn. You stand in the center of a row of blank faces. Passing you by, the chapel appears empty. Where is this? Winter Furcut is a kid, and it gives me defense and cold resistance. This is back alley. Street passing by. This house. Come in. You hear. You open the door. On your left rests a calming figure closer to the manager. His face is tired, eyes black. He turns to you and smiles. Oh, a guest. Come get warm by the fire. You start towards the jovial man. Oh, there's someone jovial in this town. The rain doesn't seem to be many favors. Shame you can meet her. You take a seat next to the man and he suddenly turns to you. Said you did happen to see my wife and daughter on your way. They were supposed to go for my medicine. Before you can respond, the man stares when he sees you up close. Hey, that coat, it reminds me of my daughters. I don't know why, but it does. They'll return. One day? Yes, I'm sure of it. They're out there still. They're always out there watching. You'd love them, stranger. Oh, you would. So can those two. Sit a while longer, I'm sure they'll return, and you can meet them. The old man gives a crinkled smile. Ask about the weather. What to say? No, it's sunny. The man leans back in his chair when you ask him about the chapel. Ah, the old chapel is such a lovely sight, isn't it? Tell him you have. The old man gives a smile. He stares at you. If I'm not mistaken, it was built back when people were first coming to the island. It was for the egg, the dark egg. Is there something you wanted to talk about? The dark egg. You asked the man about the dark egg. Oh, that old monument is convincing replica, yes. But really, it's nothing like the real thing. To it. It's nothing like it, you know. The man grips the arms of his chair. That's the feeling, right? You know, right? He turns to you, eyes wide. It's nothing, right? Just a goddamn fake. The feeling it gives. The promises it makes. The lies it tells. That fake filth is nothing to the egg. Is there something you want to talk about? Oh, I want to leave. Chapel Gallery. Peak overlook. Let's continue past the town. The night. The inn, the path, walk down the path. As you move down the snow, start to see the ground, the rain stopping completely. A howling winds blow from the gates. You approach the gate but find it to be locked. You give the gate a light push, but it doesn't even blanch. Strew around, overlook, return, push on the gate. Awareness, inspect the body. All around you are spoken adventures, merchants, wanderers. Each journey began for their own reason, but all ended here. It seems that most things have already been taken, likely from other travelers along the way. You never used to do this before. Strew around a frozen body covered in snow. Push on the gate. Nothing. Maybe one push will do. Enough. Let's go back. The man looks at you. Lion said you couldn't find the stone. What is it? Traveler, have you come about the stone? You tell the man there was no stone. You couldn't find anything. His eyes pierce into your doors and he sits with what you've told him. He shakes his hand. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you've truly checked the chapel. He leans forward. I mean, truly check it. There's more to it than meets the eye, young man. Rest by the fire. Another traveler, I mean, easy to tell you're not from the island. The man turns back to talk to the man by the fire. Oh, talk about the egg. You mentioned the dagger. The man starts. You're after the dagger, huh? He asks you to tell him you are and you must get it. He nods. I see. That is quite a journey then. I don't think I can change your mind, but you should think twice about it. He stares into the flame. Past the flame into nothing. Never turns out. Close his eyes. I wonder why it came from. Talk about the cold gates. In the cold gate, those ruins are beautiful as they are deadly. I've only been once myself, turned around just from the cold. Far, far colder than it is right to be. You'll need a key to get past the gate, and you'll need to pass the city to get your egg. No, nothing from that city ever leaves, and that's why they left it to keep travelers. Once you go past that city, you won't come back here. One reason or another, you won't come back here. Talk about the town. You've noticed how strange this town is, haven't you? A white harbor with no boats, rows of buildings without people, even this rotten rain, it never stops. I can tell you what's wrong, but I know, something is wrong. He leans in his chair. Well, if you're determined, I won't stop you, of course. But if nothing else, take this harbor as a warning. There's much on this island beyond those ruins. This is warmest welcome you get. Stop talking. Rest for a bit. There are 50 energy now, we can still going around. Let's leave. You get from the fire and ask if the man is ready to leave too. In a moment he says, I just need some time to rest. Turn to the bodies, inspect the frozen body. Managed to find some more gold and a near empty potion. Overlook. I can only go back. What's that? Simple one-handed sword. I must be careful to things I can find along the way. For example, this rusty sword that goes directly into my inventory. Keep the sword. Yes, of course. The small knife gives me range 9, attack 5, while this rusted sword 12 and attack 7. Nice find. Let's go back to the overlook. Store 3 energy. Look. Coins. Look all the coins I found along the way and then didn't take it. Okay. Walk back to the abbey. Streets, passerby, ally, explore the ally. Maybe I want to try to go back to the chapel. Windows, gallery, chapel back. Check the closet. Let's try to go again. Maybe now I have the key. Airborne, continue. This door. You open the door in front of you, nothing looks out of place. Now I unlock the door, only something seems off. This is the chapel? Altar, pictures. Inspect the altar. Usually the barriers have returned, or perhaps this is a different barrier, different altar altogether. Testing one of a pedestal, a press on one turn something light. Attempt to open the barrier. Pedestal rest, they begins unlit. What would press? They switch to. Quite easy. We gain some experience. You will click but the light shut off. The switches have been different though. Stones remember and some pedestals. Let's take a look at the pictures. For some reason it's impossible to tell why they are wrong. You feel disgusted enough to turn away. Windows. You turn to where the window would be and find pictures instead. Attempt to open the chapel's front door. Go to the front but find them locked. Your key doesn't work. Return to the closet where you came from. Let's take a look again at the barrier. Another click. But better turn off one lock with the barrier. It will need to be lit. Damn. I managed. The pedestal rose to life and finally quenched the barrier. From views as all four pedestals stand with all beacons. All that's left is to grab the stone. Great. Turn around the other beacons and where it's done. This is the chapel. Let's go back. Oh wait, it's time to go. Let's leave. Let's go back. Leave. Exit the chapel. Overlook. Let's go to the inn. Enter the inn. Give the man your stone. You tell the man you've gotten the stone. He picks up immediately. You know. Well, let's see it. You ruffle through your bag and find it, handing it to him. His eyes light up and he cradles the stone close like a child. Man, this is the stone's alright. What a beauty is this? He leans back in his chair, examines the stone. It seems even more exaggerated. I must say, I wasn't so sure if he'll manage. With the place set, he puts the stone down and slides it back to you across the counter. He opens his drawer and pulls out paper. You look at him with growing confusion. You thought you wanted the stone. Yes, I did. One, but not to keep. He smiles. A tired man like me has no need for such a stone. I didn't want to go in the rumors I heard so very long ago, and now that I have, I'm more satisfied. It's just so for you to get to go and take it. Use it wisely. Now, of course, your keys. I'm sure you've seen the mist around the city makes things cold, very cold. Going without proper clothing would be a terrible idea. You won't make it far. Of that I can assure you. Let's sleep first. Let's save first, because I think now we're almost ready to. Unlock. Gate begins to slow fully open. The path to ruined city is open. There's no around. Enter the ruined city. Have a look. Enter the ruined city. We are now in the Rain City. Rain actually carves a path through the snowy road up to the city's entryway, the Grand Stone Bridge. Wandering the city, or at least as much as you can see, is a great chasm. You cannot see the bottom, only the black nothingness it drops into. Snow rests atop mountains on both your sides. Across the chasm, past the city lies more on the horizon. The bridge is old and broken at various points. The cold has become unbearable. Luckily, your coat keeps you warm. Cross to the bridge. Carefully feel sturdy. Hops to the bridge, entrance at back. Focus, awareness. Rifle through the bodies for whether you can find. Nothing unmanageable in the adventures. You begin to rifle through the corpse. You do find a few things as you search. The eyes of a lost and frozen catch your eyes. Even as you try to avoid them, it shakes you. You gain extra gold. Some potion, pile of gold. Here and there. Let's pass the bridge. The landscape sprinkled itself with ruined buildings, old stone roads and shattered monuments. The walls of the city reach much further. The bridge overlooked the city square if only could see anything past the frigid wall of mist. I can jump, it doesn't seem wise. Could you make a rope way down? Right and left. Let's do something more simple. Going left. At the top of the city is a wide field with stands. Explore a small alley. Small alley is largely empty. Inside is a lived room. Three empty surround. The man huddles into his chair away from you and stares. He takes another bite anyway. Greet the strange man. You give a greeting trying to elevate his worries. Oh, you are just a traveler. I see. He notices. Well, welcome then to my humble abode. It's a bit messy. Beside the door, nothing else leads outside. There are no windows. The man watches you. Is he waiting for you to say something? You said, before. There's food lying all around the house. The man smiles at your question. Yes, me and my wife and our children, they are out right now. He leans back in his chair. Where are your wife? Oh, where? Down the temple, see? Have you seen it? He points in the general direction of the town. People go over there to pray. When will they be back? The man smiled. They'll be back when they are back, I guess. When everyone is done. Damn, it's so strange. Missing, everyone goes missing. The man huddles into himself, staring down. I had to walk. But my wife, she takes the kids, and they go pray. Say they come back soon. He starts to smile again. There's a food lying around. The food? He looks confused. Let's leave. I don't want to attack the man. Visit the small man's house. Nook. Bridge, the right alley. Darkness enveloped the dark passage. You peer around the wall. A water reflection of light is a glassy black eye. What's this? Encountered Mistwalker. Ah, finally we got an encounter. P. This is me. And this is the enemy. This, I think, is the turn order. He will move twice. Here we got the skills. Items, move a limited distance. Skill, use a skill. Slam, deal 10 damage. No, this is the player, and this is the Mist Walker. This is out of range. I cannot do. Move range. Come on guys, this one. It's simply amazing. Slam. Cost. Player puts back and plants their feet with a push forwards. They slam into Mistwalker the force, causing them to recoil. Players zero to Mistwalker. Mistwalker slashes the player with their claw. Mistwalker slashes the player. Players deal 5 damage to make sure they wobble in place. Oh, below that's the elf bar. Now I need to. The slam costs 4 MP. With a low ground, the creature collapses into the wall and lays still. It's quiet. Bridge, nook, the ladder. It's up to the roof of the house. You click up to the ladder rooftop and find a sprawling web of pathways from roof to roof hidden from the street. Those leading in and out of attic of homes and abandoned shop exists up here as well. The rooftop have clear away on but look plenty sturdy of any travelers. Inspect the various stands, catwalk.
The rooftops have clear wear on them, but look plenty sturdy of any traveler. What's that? A recovery potion, let's use one. Get back some health. Okay, we are here on the rooftop market. Outwalks. Inspect the various stands. Different shop hold a line, broken pots, empty vials, and shattered glasses for sale. Most of it is more aesthetic than practical. None of it is useful to you. Do you, however, notice that almost all of them have the dark egg etched into them somewhere, along with a series of odd winged beasts? The back of a stand is an intact glass pot, mostly wrapped in a pouch. It has no noticeable wear, perhaps it might sell for something. Rooftop have clear wear of them, but looks plenty sturdy for any traveler. Rooftop have an edge. Let's take it. We can climb down the street or do the catwalks. Above you can see past the other city walls into the Arctic wasteland beyond, and after that the land is devoured by the city's wide outer chasm. The old rooftops crumble at several spots and many of the guardrails have rusted away. A group of houses have their sides torn off. Let's see this attic. The bridge surrounds the side of a house. The open mouths of the rooftop do make a nice place to hide from the cold though, while inside one of the attic you find a small satchel of old coin. Let's take it. Let's see this terrace. The stone bridges lead to a large circular fountain of sorts through nothing flow anymore. A broken pergola towers over the area covered with snow. Oh, look at that, city rooftops. We need agility. Travel to the main city despite the danger. Enter the old shack. Let's see this old shack. A walkway attached to the shack roof where the remains of a door used to be. Walk along the rooftop, step back into the shack. The shack is empty, dusty. Books lie against the wall and a small aerosol. Okay, nothing useful. A large window lies outside of a shack overlooking the ruined city. Just barely through the fog, you can make out a woman standing still in the center. Damn. Air is at a stale and shake. Let's see the bookshelf. Unreadable in old native language, maybe? The dust is very likely. Okay, nothing useful. Desk. Desk badly damaged. It's readable written in your tongue, your past, whatever text is left of the book. Though the rips makes it hard to make out. Sky children, with their great knowledge, were worshipped by the human across the islands. Every item made was to be marked with a sigil in their image. They who came from above, their numerous gifts are a blessing. The foolish humans of the ground, form fit for ones greater than us, ever changing, their eternal eyes. Nothing more can be read. Another passage still full intact is a drawing of a monument to the egg. It depicts the sky children lowering the egg to the people below. The dust is ever here, likely due to the clutter. Get a closer look outside the window. Fog fights you at every turn. The only thing clear is the ruin of various houses and the woman. Looking closer, you can see her mouth moving. She turns over the window and swivels her head upward. Your eyes met. She stands still. Her mouth is moving. Is she says something? You can tell. She looks down. She walks away. The air is as stale as the shack itself. Step back into the shack. We are back again. You can go back down the street. The left alley, right alley. Here there's a stairs, ladder leads up the roof of a house. An old shack. F. This is the second level. Roof marked street and the terrace. Let's go back to the street and let's do the stairs. You walk down the massive staircase into the lowest part of the city. The largest part, it's very earth. What once was sprawling with life is now barren and open. Destroyed houses and crumbling walls surrounded the area. Anything still intact won't be for long. The light covering of snow and sled blankets the ground, with no walls to stop it. The wind howls through the square, kicking up blinding mix of snow and fog. Steps walks on the other side to an offering table glittering snow. Does not touch it. Near the far end of the square is a large elevator of a sort. It's hard to see from here, but it doesn't seem to be terribly damaged. In the middle of the square is a woman standing still as a statue, the same you saw from the shack. But as soon as you take your first step into the courtyard, she snaps her head to you. Her eyes are glassy wide, and her mouth moves. You hear nothing. She only stares. Beyond her, a great temple with two closed doors stands. It perches above the fog and the upper catwalks of the city. The empty square now spans the entire city, and the temple dwarfs it still. Climb the stair to the alleyway. Here we can go back. Offering. Go to the offering table. The altar is a bit removed from the rest of the square, but its elegant stone says it was an important piece to the citizen. You walk up of the staircases to the main altar table and are met with the glittering of gold from various travelers and a brilliant ruby. A black egg is etched into the altar. Let's offer 10. I don't wanna offer too much. It doesn't. The center of the table has room for offering. Take everything from the table back. Witch, approach the woman. When you approach another woman stands taller than you, her face crinkles with aversion and she seems wary of you. The witch looks like a frozen corpse chilled over in blue glass. Her lips now move, with no water sound to speak of. You can hear her breathing a struggling, gasping sound. You ask her what she's doing here. She stares at you in silence. You try once more asking if she's okay. Her face softens, but when her lips move again, still nothing comes out. Why I must attack? Ask her if there is anything you can do to help. Your question appears to put her on her back foot. With a suitable tilt of her head, she contemplates, but look away. However, you follow her gaze. Up above the temple is a great bridge towering over the city. She lifts her hand, feebly pointing to the bridge. You glance back at her and find her face is turned to you. Her mouth opens and she clenches her fist. Before pointing to you, then the bridge again. In an instant her hands and her head drop while she slashes, exhausted. Ask her how to get up there. You ask the witch about the bridgeway. She glances up at you, then twists her head slightly, staring past you. You turn around and see the offering table. You look back to her and think that's it, but then she also points up to the series of ruined pathway along some of the old buildings in the city. They lead from the old shack and rise up to meet the bridgeway. They look dangerous though. She also gestures towards the pavilion, more specifically to something beyond it, near where the elevator would reach. The witch regards you with care, though her attention appears limited and distracted. Thank you, witch. Go to the offering table, approach the woman. It's old. Could it still work? Over on the far of the end, there's near the Great Temple is a cage lift of some kind. The gate is easy to open, but the elevator doesn't seem operational. There's no way to move the platform. The cage reaches both the bridge above the temple. The elevator sits inactive. Its gears are a bit rusted and covered with snow. Walk to the temple's door. The steps to the temple are wide, crankling the vast double doors. Reaching the door, you notice a large cutout directly in the middle, binding the doors shut. Grabbing the handles and pulling makes no movement. They are locked. Okay, the only way to arrive there, awareness, explore the ruined houses. Many of the houses in the square are nothing but rubble. A few of the ruins, however, hide some old treasures. A large house in the center of the square still has some structure to it, a town center perhaps, or maybe a mansion for a noble. In a storage room still preserved from the elements, you find a bundle of rope and an old but small painting of the town square. Your keen eyes spot a small ring in a box with a glowing blue gem embedded in it. It might be come in handy. Nice. A ring limbo with the power, it wards off the cold better than anything. Defense and some cold resistance. Which is nice. Climbing rope, good for a few uses. Let me see if is equipped. The ruby ring. Equip it. Okay. A small portrait of a bright green town square. A large bridge towers over the background. Small painting. Let's go back to the Elways. To the shacks. Rooftop. Walk along the rooftop paths. The sky could overlook the town below. A pathway leads to the rooftop of main city, but the catwalks there are dangerously decayed. Use the catwalks. City rooftops. Agility. Let's try this. Agility. The catwalks are disarray and are dangerously narrow. Most of the edges have completely dissolved now, asking you to balance yourself. The ruined city lies below the fog. With a deep breath, you balance and walk across the sky. There's no falling around you. With careful poise and precision, you keep your footing and step carefully through the catwalks. The catwalks walk up short staircases until they connect to a great bridge. The ancient bridge spans across the city with a small crescent to its shape. Its wide deck is bounded by thick stones walls waist high. It towers over a building in the city, save for the spire of a temple below it. Even so, the drop to the temple looks to be a good 30 feet or so. A large skylight in the roof of a temple lines up with the center of the bridge, where the walls open up to see down into. And in plain view of a window is an odd creature of some kind, hunched over. It covers itself with great white wings and it's bleeding. Etchings run the entire length of the bridge's wall, all of winged creatures or the dark egg. Let's see the creature. Coming closer to the creature, you see a massive wound on its side, hidden below its wings. It's bleeding and looks infected. The creature perks up a bit and turns. His face is nearly human, save for his black eye and elongated skulls. It's just out like a sharp knife centered on his nose. Underneath his pointed nose is a pointed mouth that speaks, "I, you. Child, won't you please help me?" His eyes widen with hope when he meets yours. He gestures to his festering wounds. Please help me with this poor creature." Listen to what he has to say. Creature looks pleasant as you come close. "Oh, it's a good thing you have come. A miracle it is." His wings unfurl with some effort. "I'm the Sky Sire, as they used to call me," he says, gesturing to the city below. "I'm the Sky Child." The Sky Sire sits back, wings open. His now fully visible wound looks painful and rotten. The Sky Sire regards you with a bit of curiosity. "You do not know of the Sky Children? Everyone on the island should know." "Ah, of course. You are not of the island, aren't you?" "I apologize." He straightens himself as much as he can and then continues. "The Sky Children are angels from the heavens. To this blessed island they came down and graced the people with their presence. Look," gestures to the walls, at the etching of the breach. "That is them. There are of them. And of me as well." A faint smile graced his face. "From the children came prosperity, peace, and all that is good." And so it was that the people blossomed too. But for every good human who understood their place, there was another who wanted to conquer the Sky Children for their own lust for power. Those who would attack the good children attacked me for their own selfish greed. Nothing but snakes learning to walk. The Sky Side stops talking. It's a nasty curse given to me by the devil in herself. It burns deeper, festers endlessly, all from her down there. He points with his wing behind you, down in the middle of the city. Do you see her? You walk over the bridge's edge and look down. Down below you see the same woman you saw before, the frozen one. She still stands where you found her. You see her, don't you? That witch is the reason I'm like this. He groans and he adjusts himself. That witch is why I cannot move from this spot. Was she that gave me this festering wound, this wound. Even now she still digs her knife into me. My magic barely keeping her back. It's all I can do to struggle against her, as I have done for centuries. You feel there's more to this than what is told you. You say that you've spoken with the witch, but before you can get another word in, he jerks up. You've spoken to her? That devil he arches over again in pain. She's a conniving one, believe me. She's likely brainwashing you. Anything she said is a lie, I guarantee it. I don't know how. She's speaking again, but her words are nothing but a lie. Why did she? The Sky Sire puffs up. Because I'm a Sky Children, you don't. Because killing me is to kill God. Do you have any idea the kind of wealth she could gain from me? She's a greedy shrew, that's all. Sky Children leans back against the breach wall, exhausted. Enough. I tire of talking. This crumbling body cannot even more until she's gone. That is, he turns his head to you. Proudly says, for my sake. No, for the sake of the city, I urge you, kill that witch. Damn, we must choose. It is only because of me that this city is still standing despite her best wishes. If you kill her now, I can finally rest. I will not kill her. Thought of killing the woman down there, this makes you hesitate. The Sky still seems to pick up on this. I know what I ask of is a harrowing child, I know, but know that you will be saving many lives if you do this for me.
You look at the sky sire for a moment and he looks at you, both waiting for the other to say something. He grimaces. Well, get on with it. I need to stand around like a fool. If you need more persuading, I'll give you my eye when you return. It's the key to the temple below. He chuckles at your expression. What, you didn't think I know what you came here? I know everything. It gives you one last pointed stare. Etchings run the entire length of ridge walls, all of winged creatures or the dark egg. Here there's the elevator. The elevator closed from before. Go to the sky sire. The bridge stretches south. Let's say the south. As you walk on the bridge, seems to climb upward slightly. With every step, the trail of the cold winds and the city's fog lift, or maybe you've climbed above it. You notice out in the cloud have been gathered. Dim in the distance, but growing brighter as you come closer. You keep climbing. An overwhelming warmth blankets you. You get closer and brand new. You look up and see something. A white gate? A porcelain white staircase lead to something. The edge of a bridge blends into the foot of the staircase in ancient some smooth. Like nostalgic old friend, they greet you. Another step outside, you only become more sure of yourself as you mind emptiness free of worries. With a deep breath, you stare into the light directly and walk forward up to the great white gates. You touch the light and close your eyes, passing through the gate. Beyond, a lovely sunrise awaits you. What's that? Okay, I think I died. At least I think so. Anyway, the dark egg. It looks awesome. Usually I don't like reading too much, but in this game everything is smooth. I love the map below that shows you where to go around, taking decisions, much more. Let me know if you want to see more about the dark egg, and I can publish more gameplays. Anyway, let me know your opinion in the comments, and please support me through my pages. Wish you the best. Ciao.